Hey guys, it's Flip, and today I'm going to show you a couple quick hacks for leveling the deck on a Cub Cadet Enduro Series lawn tractor. Alright, so I've got a couple videos about leveling the decks on riding lawnmowers that have gotten a lot of views, one of them on this tractor in particular. But one thing I've noticed is that over the last year or so, this deck has gotten out of whack several times side to side and started to scalp my grass a little bit. So I've had to adjust it a few times over the last year, and in doing that I've discovered a couple things that have made this process a little bit easier. So that's what I wanted to share with you in today's video. So if you want to see a full video about how to level this deck, I'll put that in the corner of the screen right now. This is just going to be a couple quick hacks. If you want to see a full video, check this video out in the corner of the screen right now. Alright, so two quick things that have made leveling this deck easier the last few times I've had to adjust it. The first thing is that in my previous two videos about deck leveling, I have used a little homemade yardstick that looks like this. And basically I did this because I'm cheap and I didn't want to buy a deck leveling gauge. So I was using this. So I have to admit that I finally broke down and bought a deck leveling gauge off of Amazon, and I gotta say it's worth the $8 to buy one of these. So this is one made by John Deere. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just picked one off of Amazon. They're all pretty similar, but I've been very happy with this one. Like I said, it cost $8, and it has made this process a lot easier than using my little homemade ruler that I've been using. So I'll put a link to this one below the video if you want to check it out. But like I said, there's several on Amazon. But this has made the process really easy to see where your blades are at. So what you do is you just slide this deck leveling gauge under the deck like this, and you want to line it up to where it's on the tip of the sharp part of the blade, and then you will push right here till it's firm against there, and that'll show you what your deck blade height is at. So you can see mine is right at about 3.5 inches, and I have my deck lift lever set at 3.5 inches, so I know I am good to go. If you have trouble crouching down and seeing this, what you can do is just kind of rock this down and then slide it out, and it will stay in place, and you can see mine is at 3.5 inches. And again, I have the deck lift lever at 3.5 inches, so I know I'm right on. If I go over and check the other side, I know it's at 3.5 inches as well because I just checked it and adjusted it. So here's what that looks like on the other side. It's even easier because you can see it. That's hack number one. Get yourself a deck leveling gauge for about $8. It's worth the money. Makes this a lot easier. Second hack. So the thing I've noticed that gets out of whack the most with this deck is the side to side leveling, not the front to back pitch. So again, how you adjust that is these two nuts right up in here. This top nut is what locks it in place, and this lower nut is what moves this side of the deck up or down. So let me show you a quick tip on adjusting these. So to raise this side of the deck, you're going to turn this lower nut clockwise, and to lower this side of the deck, you're going to turn this lower nut counterclockwise. But the first thing you have to do is loosen up this top nut. To loosen this top nut, you will need some type of wrench that you can fit under the fender here to loosen this up counterclockwise. Once you have done that, you will not really even need a wrench for this lower nut. What I suggest you do that makes this a little easier is just lift up on the deck a little bit here with your other hand. So if you lift up on the deck here, what that's going to do is that's going to take the tension off of this lower nut here, so there's no weight on it. Then you can just adjust this by hand. It moves very freely. So what I would do is just adjust it by hand, a few turns, then a few turns, and a few turns, and get it to where you think it might be right. Let go of the deck, measure it. If it's not where you want, just pick the deck back up and adjust it again, and keep doing that by hand until you get the deck where it is level. Once you get it where you want, then you'll use that wrench and tighten this top nut back down, and that will hold it in place where you set it. So that's it, just a couple quick hacks I've found that have made leveling this deck a little bit easier. When I find something that makes mower maintenance a little easier, I try to share it with you. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please hit the like button for me and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.